Good afternoon, Rahman Tech here. With one of those updates that I hate to do, time for some changes and some upgrades. So back when I was building this layout, I had an issue with turnouts because I was mainly using Walters turnouts. At the time, Shinohara had went out of business or closed up, whatever the deal was. So Walters turnouts was hard to come by. So I purchased the ones I was able to get, and then I decided to buy a three-way, which is right here. The purpose of the three-way was supposed to go on the main line, but as I was going along with the track plan, I really couldn't find any use for that three-way, and I wound up putting it in this yard area right there, leading into the yard. I kind of immediately regretted it because I knew it wasn't a good idea. And as time went on, I was regretting it more and more. So it finally came down to the point where I said, you know what? I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to do what I had to do. So, beginning in the next few days, this turnout three-way is getting ripped out. All this track here is going to be replaced. It's going to be basically the same deal. The 3 tracks. And I got the one siding for the power plant. And if you notice right here, the spur that's coming across the road and going back up in here. So this been blank ever since I built the layout for 2 reasons. Number 1, I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do with this spot. Number 2, I did come up with some ideas. But number 3, I already knew that since I was skeptical about that three-way being there, that at some point I might change my mind. And with that being said, all of that's going to get ripped out. So that's why I never built an industry back there, because I had this funny feeling that at some point I was going to rip all of this out anyway. So it's been pointless to build up an industry just to rip it back up again. So back there, like I said, from that point all the way back there, and this here is all going to be history. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to rework. So from this corner with the built structures to about here, the track work won't affect the power plant or really this building here. It's just, it'll give me more space back between these 2 structures here to play with. So I'll figure out what I'm going to do once I get the track work in place. The flats and the track, that one track that's going up in the Roberts printing company, that won't be affected at all. I won't even touch it. The only thing probably when I'm removing the track work and reworking the yard tracks, I probably have to touch up the edges, depending on what I do to it. But that's the story. Basically, it was one of those deals where, like I said, I bought extra track, and I don't know why I bought the three-way because I thought maybe I was going to use it on the main line, and it never worked in with the plan. So I wanted to put the three-way to use, but unfortunately, I didn't make a good choice where I decided to use it. And the three-way, I mean, it serves its purpose, but it's not really serving me a purpose because, first of all, it's a little tricky being in the corner that it's in because it's kind of one of these hard to reach corners. And then the other thing is I visually can't see what the points are aiming at, as far as what the switches and how they thrown. I need to see that at all times regardless of what part of the layout I'm standing. So like I said, it's in a tricky spot, even though I had plans to put in switch machines, but I still need to physically see the turnout from wherever angle I'm at. And I can't see that three-way, standing back here. I literally got to reach over the layout, and then even that, it gets tricky at times. But that's it. Don't want to make this a long video, but next time, I guess when you see this, it'll be probably in the building stages, close to finish, or somewhere in between. But we'll keep you updated. This corner here, I'm thinking I might just save a portion of this track, and what I might do is make it like a banded spur track, but it would be disconnected probably somewhere right about here, and it'll just go from here back under the bridge, and the rest, like I said, from here back will be ripped out. And I just use it as storage, but it'd be like a banded track section, and I just use it for storage. Put a few cars for whatever reason or purpose. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But next time you see this layout, like I said, it'll has some new changes. I hate to do this stuff. It'll get expensive. So one of those lessons learned. So I learned my lesson. So I'm going to do it the right way this time. And hopefully I'll be happy for good. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you next time.